We're going to dive deeper into this morning's memorial service, both its pageantry and poignance and the controversies that surround it. Joining us now from Westminster Abbey is NBC News royal commentator Daisy McAndrew. Daisy, it was so good to see the Queen walk into Westminster Abbey. Some people wondered if she would be able to attend this event, but she also walked in with Prince Andrew. Was there a message she was trying to send, do you think?
I think people's initial reaction to that image was surprise, even shock. Digging into it a little bit deeper, though, I think there might be a number of different explanations to that. Prince Andrew and the Queen both live only 5 minutes apart in Windsor. So we know that Andrew was always going to travel up, escort his mother from Windsor to Buckingham Palace. They came in as an ordinary car, I mean, as ordinary as royals get to drive around in, to exchange into a much smarter ceremonial car that was going to bring the Queen here. My understanding is at that point, Andrew was meant to stop escorting his mother and arrive with his daughters here. And then, in fact, there seems to have been a change of plan. That's one story I'm hearing today. Of course, there is another explanation. Behind me is the official entrance where all the senior royals arrived to be welcomed by dignitaries and members of the clergy and all the official photographers. The fact that Andrew went in the side entrance that his mother went through in order to make her number of steps shorter meant that he avoided all of that fuss from the front. So choose your story and decide what you want. It could be either.
Hey, Daisy, much is, of course, going to be made over who was not there, most notably here, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle not in attendance. What, if anything, should we read into them not being a part of the service today?
Of course, they are still maintaining that there's a problem with their security, that they would have to pay for their own security. Others here saying because this is an official royal event, they would have been provided security. I think what I can tell you is that the British public are very disappointed that Harry and Meghan didn't come over. And I think do feel that the Queen must have been very sad that that happened. Just one little detail I want to tell you, you might have noticed that many members of the senior royals were wearing dark green today. Lots of people saying, didn't they get the memo? Why have they all turned up dressed as each other? My understanding is that Prince Philip's royal livery, that's like his official colour, was called Edinburgh Green, and that was probably a mark of respect and affection towards him. And one other thing, you might notice the big diamond and ruby brooch that the Queen was wearing. That was given to her by Prince Philip in 1966. Clearly something she's very attached to. It was an emotional tribute there as well.
Yeah, quite a love story too. Daisy McAndrew. Daisy, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.